Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, where you are. Welcome to the live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. We'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis, live discussion about live trade fundamental and technical aspect of trading. First day of trading week, as you know, that very volatile day, and we have seen a massive gap opening in majority of the pairs. So we'll be looking at to see how the price is interacting with that gap. So that's a very a good sign of a movement in the market, probably in a completely different direction. So before I begin this session, guys, make sure that you smash the like button and also hit that subscribe button. And also a couple of things you can do before we start the session: join the free Telegram channel, link below this video in the description, and don't hesitate to ask any question using the live chat. I'm here to discuss everything possible in trading, including live trade analysis as well as fundamental, technical, also very important trading psychology as well. So let's begin first of all with gold, and then I will be looking at other instrument as well. Make sure, guys, you stick till the end to see everything in this channel. You will be learning, growing, as well as trading together. So make sure you sit tight, take some water, and take pen and paper if possible. If you find very important information, I would recommend you to take some notes that will help you to stay fully connected with the live streaming and take the full advantage of it. So first of all, I'll begin with gold, and also then we'll be looking at other pairs as well. So let's begin with daily chart on gold. Why? Because daily is neither a very higher time frame nor lower time frame, gives us very clear information about the market. Now with that daily chart on gold, what we see that gold today open with a massive gap that we cannot see on the daily, but we can see on the lower time frame, and there's a weakless candle on the daily time frame. And what I think that the way the gap has opened, which is signaling potential upside momentum on gold, and we'll discuss there's a reason behind it. Yesterday's Zoom class, one of you has raised that question on the VIP Zoom class that there is a war. There is a possibility for a gold price to change? And this is what I discussed, that gold might be opening with a gap, and it did that. It opened with a gap. Currently it is in a consolidation. Now very important to look at where the market is going to be heading, because with that gap, as the market showing potential bullish momentum on the lower time frame, I think that we might see at some point gap might be filling, and then we could see an upside movement on gold. So daily, if you look at the overall picture, because we need to look at bigger picture as well as the smaller picture. Bigger picture is for the directional bias, and smaller picture is for potential entry opportunity. Now if I look at the daily price action, we see that here is the daily channel, and as you know that it's very simple, that it's a bearish price action on the daily time frame. And this channel, you can see it has broken to the upside. It is an all-time high creation on gold, and from that zone we saw that there was a massive drop, and with that drop the price has come to the support level, has gone to the resistance, which is a channel, has broken completely from the channel on the daily, and after breaking, coming to this support level, to this significant liquidity zone. During the news, we have seen that gold had a bounce. Now as the market is forming this gap opening with this weakless candle, we could see that gold is heading to the upside to test this level. Now if we look at a bit higher time frame, I'll be looking at monthly as well, because monthly, weekly will give you clear direction in the market, removing all the noise from the lower time frame. Now from the monthly, we see that gold is a quite a few months, back to back 3 months strong bearish. Now this month so far we have seen a bounce from this support level. After breaking this low from the support level, there is a bounce. Now because there is a bounce, we could see now another attempt from the buyers, and I think that with that bounce it will try to break the high. So there is a probability now for an upside bias after filling the gap. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see that this is the weekly opening with a weekless candle, and it might even maintain that weekless candle, and it could remain bullish for the week. With after filling the gap, we should be able to see that the market might be heading to the upside. At some point we could see that the market trying to break the low, or without breaking the low we might see that upside bias to retest this level. Now monthly, weekly we are finding potential bullish. Daily also we see that bullish. Now let's jump onto the lower time frame. First of all, looking at 4 hour, this is a very important time frame, and we see that gap opening in this time frame. Now here is the note that we need to take, is that when you see market open with a gap, such a big gap during the weekend, and the market normally doesn't leave a gap without without filling. So therefore at some point we should be able to see that gold has filled that gap, and this is what a very very important point to look at, because if it comes down to fill that gap, all right, gold, then we should be able to see that the market has tested this level, and this is where we can find potential entry opportunity. Now I will be looking at 1 hour. Now so far, once the market opened, there isn't much movement. We saw that huge consolidation here, and with that consolidation, price slowly trying to come down, and I'm waiting for that move, because in this consolidation it's not a good idea to enter, because it will just go up and down. There isn't much volatility here, so it is high probability that gold may come down to fill that gap. Especially you see that there is a narrower candle, which is the weakless candle zone on the daily, will be a very important zone. If we look at the 4-hour 20 EMA here, also will give us suitable buying opportunity on gold, and I will be waiting for that entry. Especially I want to see the buy entry here. During this live session we see that the price has reached that level. We'll be looking to enter. Guys, make sure that you stick till the end if you love trading gold and other instrument. And before I progress further, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, and any question let me know in the live chat, so that I know exactly what you are looking at and which instrument you are trading. So I have to do something here, one moment. I think all right, so Fitmon, good morning. I'm waiting, sir. You are welcome. Good afternoon. Euro dollar, please. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Just join today with VIP channel. It's this channel. You're welcome. I'm sure that you'll enjoy here. Good afternoon, sir. Can you take CHFJPY analysis? Yes, we'll be looking at, I will first look at GBPJPY, and then we'll look at CHFJPY. They almost move in the same direction. Ahmad Jalal. You're welcome. NASDAQ, yes, we'll look at in our list as well. Okay, so gold, we have looked at the potential zone for trading gold is at the moment I'll look to buy from here, and in this potential drop, if we find entry for selling, we'll look at that as well. First we need to see very impressive price action here, potential selling, but this market is very aggressive at the moment, so you have to be a little bit of cautious when you are trading. Let's see where is the next opportunity. Now in the meantime, let me quickly look at GBP/JPY, and also we'll look at euro dollar and other pairs as well. Now looking at GBP/JPY, again looking at the daily, we saw that once the market opened on GBP/JPY from the daily, there is a significant drop from this level. Now this market is quite significant. Also, if we look at the weekly, we see that there is a massive gap open on GBP/JPY. Now this gap open, what do you think? Also let us know in the live chat what's your thought on that gap opening. Why does the market open with a gap on gold and GBP/JPY? So we see that here on GJ there is a massive gap opening, and once the market opened with the gap, after feeling, it didn't feel that full gap, we saw that there is a downside momentum coming. And if I look at the monthly also, from that resistance line, we see that the price is dropping down again. And if we look at the daily, we see from that level there is a drop in that area. Now looking at intraday perspective, we see that from that level there is a so far bearish momentum on GBP/JPY. So I will be looking at, let me see here on we can find any lower time frame trading opportunity on GBP/JPY. Now we had early today a trade on GJ exactly from here, and in our first trade of the week we secured some profit on it. I had a bit bigger profit target, as I mentioned earlier. Also I want to always take bigger risks to reward. Then this is always a good idea to remain more, to have a bigger profit target than you risk, so that you, even if you have a couple of losing trade, you can cover them and you can gain more. Only you can do that if you know the proper risk management. Risk management is key to be profitable as a trader. This is where many traders missing that point, risk management. I know that it's not that much of interest. The reason I have seen many of you are very interested on buying, selling, but also I will recommend you to be very, very interested on risk management. So what is risk management? It's a bit elaborate subject. Risk management is to learn how to open. The first point of risk management that I would say is that doing the proper lot sizing before you enter a trade. Now for those who are watching the live, I want to know that how many of you knows how to do the proper lot sizing, or you just buy or sell fixed lot. Can you let me know? I just want to see how many of you really know how to calculate the lot size based on your stop loss or take profit, or you do the fixed lot. So if you trade fixed lot, let me know. If you know how to do the lot sizing based on your stop loss, let me know, so I know that how many of you actually are very, very educated on that part. Because I'm telling you, if you don't know that, then it's guaranteed that you're not gonna be profitable. This is a very, very important part of your trading. So if I know that, then I'll know exactly where I have to look at in this point. Now Okay, so here we that's why, as I mentioned earlier, this week we had a target, we had a goal to achieve positive results on this week, and it is only achievable if you can do the lot sizing properly, if you know how to do the risk management. And this is where we have opened and we closed with partial profit on that. So it's like a building up block by block. So we had successful trade, the first one early London, before London session. Now I want to see that another couple of trades coming along the way. So starting with GJ and gold, we'll keep eye, and other pairs also. Let's see, we have still high probability to have some more uh, profitable trade along the way. So let me see on GJ here. I think that it's gonna might have some bounce. So from the 1 hour, what we see that GBPJPY, I think we might see some upside here on GJ. Because there is a massive gap opening on the lower time frame, we might see that GBPJPY, we might see some downside, but for short term we might see um, some bullish move here. Let's see if we have an entry. From 5 minutes we see a middleman formation, and there is a bounce now. Just looking at, guys, where if there is any entry, we see that there is a bounce on GJ. Now it was an entry here, this point. If we go, then all right, if we see that it has come down again for a retest, we will be looking to buy on GBPJPY. Okay, and hello, thank you. US oil, Nasdaq, think continue up moving or bearish. We'll look for Nasdaq, the next analysis. I don't know how. Okay, so you, okay, very good. If you don't know, you don't know, that's fine. You mentioned it, that's good that you mentioned that you don't know. Very few people want to say that they don't know. Very good point. So I have a sell open on gold presently. Do you suggest to close, sell when possible, or wait? I cannot suggest what should you do with your trade, but we'll discuss, I'll give my opinion which way the market might be heading. So let's see. Okay, so use fixed lot. Okay, elaborate on the topic. Take only 0.25% risk of my capital. So as for me, I know about lot size, but when do buy and sell is still okay. Use position size calculator with 1% risk. Fergal, yes, it is very important. Okay, everyone needs to know that how to use that position size calculator. I have my fixed 0.25 lot size, but now fixed lot size is very risky. All right, so while we are looking at for an entry, we see that gold also, we'll keep eye on gold and GBP/JPY both, and along with other instrument, time to time we will look at to see, including NASDAQ and US30 also. So in the meantime, let me go to the point of lot sizing. Okay, now this is a incredible, okay, what I would say that the most important part of your trading is to find out the lot size, proper lot sizing. If you are not doing that, then chances that you by default you're not gonna be profitable. All right, so you need to understand it. Now how do you calculate the lot size? See, there are two ways. If you are trading on your computer, on laptop or on a PC, then you shouldn't have any worry about the lot size, because every platform has lot size calculator, some of them built in. If you are using MT4, MT5, there is a separate expert advisor available for lot size calculator, which I also distribute in Forex Trading Wizard Academy to the VIP members. Every day I have given a link to download. So if you are there, then you can download, and there is an instruction how to install them and use them. Now, if you are not using PC or laptop, let's say you are using a mobile phone for trading, or somehow you don't have that lot size calculator, then you still have that website that you can use. We in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy also, you have, there is a lot size calculator available that you can use it. Now the most important part here, why do you need to use a lot size calculator, right? This is the question that comes up, why it is so important. Let me elaborate that topic. Elaborate means to not take much time, but it's worth understanding, okay? Because to be a profitable trader, this is a very basic and fundamental aspect of risk management. Why do you, for those who are using fixed lot, I will recommend you to pay attention in this short, what I can say, that lesson, which is essential for you. Now looking at, let's assume that let's look at the GBP/JPY, and you are willing to open two trades. Let's say this one we have opened early today. So how many pip stop loss it was? 16 or 17 pip stop loss this trade, right? Now assume that you had 4 or 5 trade in the past. Let's say this trade, you put risk to reward like that, and in the past you opened 3 trades, right, like this. And there's one here, you open long position. Let's say you open a long here, okay, here you bought, and your stop loss was here, and your take profit was here, okay, like this, 3 trades. Now if you use fixed lot in all of these 3 trades, that what's gonna happen? See, let's say you bought here 0.1 lot, you sold here 0.1 lot, you bought here 0.1 lot, right? Consider these 3 trades. Now how many pip stop loss here? 66 pip. Now if you bought 0.1 lot, let's assume that each lot $1, just for our simplicity of our calculation. Now if you each pip $1 with 0.1 lot fixed lot, that means that since you lost this trade, you lose $65 for this trade. Okay, you minus on that. Now you sold this trade and you have won this trade, right? Now this one also fixed lot. Now how many pip you won on this trade? 33 pip, right? So $33 you have won this trade. Now look at this trade here. Let's say you also won this trade. We had won this trade early today, not full, partially. Let's say you won this trade partially. So bring it down here, the pip here. Okay. Now this one also you had a fixed lot. So how many pip you have won? 20 pip. So you got $20. Now what's gonna happen? You lose one trade, you lost $65. All right. Now you have won $33, you have won $20. So how much your profit? $53. See the problem of using the fixed lot. Despite you have won 2 good trades, still your account in minus, because you in the first trade you have lost $65 because of the fixed lot. Now what's the lot size calculator will do? Lot size calculator will keep your risk fixed. All right, so you're gonna risk the same amount regardless of pip. So even you have a 65 pip stop loss, because you use the lot size calculator. Let's say this one you open 0.03 lot, this one you have 1.1 lot, maybe this one you have 1.08 lot, to keep the same amount of risk. So that means that in this trade your risk is, let's say, $40. This one also risk $40. This one also risk $40. All right, so now all the trades you are having the same amount of risk regardless of your stop loss pip, because you are adjusting the lot size. Now if you lose this trade, you lost $40. Now because you have won this trade, you may have won this one $80 positive. Why? Because your risk reward is higher. You see, it's almost 2 times profit than your risk. And then you have won this trade. Let's say this one again, you won $30. So ultimately you are in way more than your risk. And this is the fundamental way of trading. And unfortunately, this you will not find anywhere anyone talking about this. No one is gonna tell you. So make sure that you take care of your trading account by putting proper risk management plan, by doing proper risk management plan with combining with a sound trading psychology. You can gain good profit on your trading account. You can make consistent profit in your account. I hope that you are understanding, finding value in it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, and also if you are enjoying this live, also go to the description area. If you want to join a regulated broker that I'm using, you can find the link in the description area for that broker. If you are willing to trade with a regulated broker, you can use that, so that you also trade with a broker that you can trust. So now let's look at Gbpusd. We see this market is moving. I will be looking at gold again to see where is the price is heading. Now gold market is fully choppy at the moment. There isn't much entry opportunity here. So let me see where we can find. This is where we see that ICGJ is showing better than gold today. And in the meantime, let's see DXY as well. We'll be looking at NASDAQ. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. The same thing. So if you are using prop firm, the same way. So in a prop firm, you are using either MT4 or MT5 or their platform. So same way. Okay, you need a lot size calculator. Either you are trading on prop firm or you are trading, your own fund. Exactly same way you will be using the lot size calculator. Good morning, and still growing my account 0.01 lot size. If you are using a very smaller account here, you will be able to use that 0.01 lot way. But if you are using a bit bigger account, then definitely you need proper lot sizing so that you can find out what's your risk in a particular trade. Look at NASDAQ, sir. Crude oil. Sayed, you're welcome. So let's quickly look at NASDAQ. Okay. From we see that today the market opened with a gap in majority of the pairs. So looking at monthly on NASDAQ, we can see that so far this is the second week of the month. We have seen that NASDAQ initially has dropped, and then we see that the market had an upside bias. This is the weekly price action. This is support level here on NASDAQ, and from that support we have seen that there is a bounce. Now if we look at overall market structure on NASDAQ, we can see that from this support level there is a bounce to the upside, and with that bounce the price has created this significant movement, has broken this resistance, and again the price coming down for a deeper pullback on NASDAQ. Now what I think that this is this market in a pullback, all right, because it has a significant movement coming down for a pullback. I think that breaking any of this resistance might give NASDAQ another downside momentum. If we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that from the weekly perspective here, this is also weekly. Price is creating series of lower high, and there is a weekly candle which is a potentially a pin bar. So to this week, first day of the week, we see a gap opening. I think the bias might still remain bearish on NASDAQ. Now, looking at the daily, it is also a gap opening here. There is a massive gap. The market closed here, open here. And I think that this one also from the daily, we see potentially bearish. Now, here is a very narrow consolidation with this gap. Before it drops, I think that it's gonna fill that gap for me to for me the best way to trade NASDAQ will be after filling that gap. That means that we might see at some point going up, filling that gap, and then coming down. So this resistance is where the best place to wait for an entry, because at any point we'll see the NASDAQ or all the instruments we have seen today open with a gap will go up, fill that gap, and then we could see the market coming down again to create a new lower low. So this is where any kind of double top or any kind of reversal pattern will give potential selling opportunity on NASDAQ. So if you're calculating lot size, here is the same for platform prop and other. Okay. So gold is still in a consolidation. Whenever the market is breaking this low, getting again going in that range. So this kind of market is sometime you'll see that happen, this massive gap, and it might consolidate a bit more in that area, and then we could see that that gap is being filled. So when is the news coming? Also we need to look at for the news calendar. We look at the calendar. Core PPI. So which is coming tomorrow. There isn't after tomorrow. All right. So on dollar PPI and core PPI, and then Thursday coming up 5 p.m. or that means that tomorrow, after tomorrow, FOMC meeting minutes, and then the market will be very crazy, quite a few high impact news here. So at this point, because the market is consolidating, we should be able to see some lower time frame trading opportunity on other instrument. Now let me see what happened with Gbpusd. So this market again coming down for a deeper pullback. So you look for any kind of entry if there is any. So looking at Gbpusd, we see again the market is coming down. I think this instrument might give us entry opportunity. For you guys, what about your weekend? Did you enjoy the weekend, or what did you plan for the weekend? Also, what's your how about your trading psychology? Do you think that you are improving in your trading psychology? Thanks for really why you wish Nasdaq to drop. So are you on sell on Nasdaq? So oil place, yeah, we'll be looking at that. Euro NZD. Okay. So okay, so from 15 minutes, GBP has formed a long bearish candle. Let me see what it is trying to do here. we see that this support is broken on GJ. This is a support level, okay, and we might see now break of the support, and any break of the support will give us entry on Gbpusd. Let me see GBP USD and Euro dollar. So PUD USD, dollar CAD, dollar yen. So dollar yen is in a very narrow range, so there isn't much on dollar yen. So Gbpjpy, to take a move here, is still, you see that the price is maintaining series of lower high on a support level. Okay, so this is a support level and maintaining series of lower high, so it will try to break this support. The price action is still bearish on Gbpjpy, and therefore we need to look for, because already the market has made a significant drop. You see that so far this is our trade. Let me push it away, and if you look at this move on GJ from here, this is the move, consolidation, another move, and we see the market currently forming series of lower high in that area. So the potential for Gbpjpy is to break and then revert back. This is the level that we can look for after breaking. I think that with this move GJ might break the support, and then we can look for buying after especially testing this 181.35 level, and then we can look for buying opportunity on Gbpjpy after we can see long week candle. So being patient is the key, guys. I hope that you are patient. This is where it comes down to the trading psychology, developing a sound trading psychology so that you can stay patient on your trade, to have, so that you are not losing continuously. Yes, this is the same as NAS100. Okay, so let me see on gold again. We see locally trying to break, as I mentioned earlier on gold. This market slowly trying to penetrate that gap opening. There is a massive gap here, and at some point it ultimately will come back down to fill that gap, and slowly it's trying to penetrate that gap on gold. Okay, so this is the 5-minute chart on gold. Very choppy here. I'm in big sell on Nasdaq. Why did you big sell? Don't do big sell or don't do big buy. Always do managed sell and managed buy. Okay, this is where you will be profitable. Okay, big sell, big buy will not make you rich but poor. All right, so make sure that you don't do big buy or big sell, but managed buy and managed sell. All right, it's very important that you do the big buy, not doing the big buy. It's all about the emotion that also you need to control. I wouldn't say the control, but managing the emotion, like the risk management, also the emotion management. Okay, how many of you are truly think that you are good at emotional management when you are trading? All right, it's a part of trading psychology that we discuss in our classes also. All right, so always make sure that you are in control of your emotional response when you are trading, because it's all about managing your emotion so that you can remain in control of your trading account. Same, so if the same Nasdaq, I think still bullish. So do you think that you are in control of your emotion when you are trading? Then you struggling to capitalize on emotion. Okay, so I have a suggestion. We'll discuss that. Okay, we see that gold trying to bounce up this level again. This is a very narrow range on gold. It's hard to enter, but we find better opportunity on Gbpusd. We'll look at that. Okay, now for those who have struggling to capitalize on emotion, all right, then there is a solution, very simple. If you want to um, be master of your emotion, especially when you are trading, there is only one way to do that, is to understand your where the emotion coming from. So the emotion comes from a place where we fully attach with the trade that we take. And if you don't know how to manage that emotion, that will control your trading all the time. All right, because ultimately emotion is where all the actions, all the behavior is controlled by emotion. So then how do you master that? By replacing that emotion with a bit higher emotion. Let me explain, because if you know the fact, then you know that solution, how, what to do. So if you look at our brain, how does this brain operate? What fundamentally there are two emotions that we experience when we trade, is fear and greed. Okay, now how does the fear works? Let's find out, then you will know exactly what to do. If you look at the fear perspective on emotion, we have a brain, two kinds of brain. One is a frontal lobe, that is the newest brain that makes us human, and there is the middle brain, the reptilian brain, that amygdala, that is mainly responsible for all kinds of emotion that we experience in human life. Now, this is the main brain that regulates all emotion. Now, why does that affect our trading? If you look back, let's say, assume that 200, even 500 years ago, if you go back, our ancestor, because our father's grandfather used to live in a very vulnerable situation. Okay, now you have a house, building, okay, apartment which is fully secure with alarm, keys, locks, everything, but they lived in a very vulnerable situation where they had to alert always themselves for any kind of predator, lion, okay, tiger, thief, robber. So there is a lot of risk in the past. All right, now the life that we are living, we think that we are, that's all. Not that's all. There is a big past that our parents, ancestor had, and genetically we carry all those information with us. Now, because that time, generation after generation, they used to live in a situation which is called a survival, okay, which is a survival. They were in a survival because either catch by the predator or save yourself, and that survival is a very alert situation in the brain. And now when it is a modern world, it is still maintaining that middle brain, the same analogy, because this modern world is maybe for 40 years, right, or maybe 100 years, but this brain is millions of years. So this 100 years, 50 years, 60 years is nothing to the brain, and therefore any kind of stimulation that is causes it to feel threatened, it creates that same emotion that generated millions of years. Now, what causes the brain to be threatened? By the trade, by the emotion, by the meaning. So subconsciously we put a meaning. Let's say you open a trade, there is a reason for everything that we do. Reason is a very powerful subject. So the trade that you open, I open, everyone open, there is a meaning behind that trade that you open. Brain only thinks in that way. So your middle brain consider it as, because of the meaning that you have given. So the brain think that if you win, that you are a success, you have succeeded, you have a successful trade, so which is your success. Now, not winning is a threat to the success, or what's the word, I don't know. Not winning is the threat to your success. Okay, now not winning is a threat to your success. Try to understand. So when the account is going to a drawdown, the brain think that it's a threat, and it goes to in an alert situation of generating the emotion of fear. And that's the main reason why all the emotion is being generated, right? It's a reptilian brain, everyone have that. Now how can you overcome that then? Okay, so the only way you can overcome that is changing the meaning, which is subtle, but by giving yourself more and more experience, so that the brain change its meaning, that it's okay, all right, it's just a couple of trades, you're gonna win it. So imagine that you are you are afraid of elevation. Let's say you fear to jump from 1 meter. Now, first day you fear from jumping from 1 meter, but if you become brave enough to give the first jump, then your brain think that okay, it's okay to jump from a meter. I thought that it's fearful. So now you start to change that meaning that okay, it's not that fearful jumping from 1 meter, and that's only the way. So now the only way you can eliminate those fear is by giving yourself more and more experience to trade by doing the risk management. Okay, right. So I see that GJ might have some bias here. Right. See that there is a 15 minutes candle. Let me see. So it might break first. So let it break down, and once it breaks down, we might find entry opportunity, a couple of levels that we can look at on GJ. This is also a very important level. This one also significant level. These two levels are quite significant, where we will be looking to see if there is any suitable entry. On gold, it is a fully choppy market, so there isn't much here. So let's focus on mostly on currency pairs until we find a directional bias on gold, and we will be entering the trade. So this is how you can overcome your fear. All right, everyone have that fear. And fear is also survival, it's needed. All right, there are another way that you can reduce that effect of brain giving you the signal of fear is if you can stay more and more calm and relaxed, then it's gonna reduce. Let me tell you why. Imagine that you are in a cave, okay, in front of, let's say, something that very any kind of animal. So you cannot sleep, right? Because that cause you not to relax. But imagine that you are on a beach where there is a nice swimming beach, very pleasant environment. You fall asleep very easily because of the relaxation. So the brains think that way. So when you are in a very threatened environment, you feel like that it's threatened, then the brain will generate that fear. So that's why you can do the other way around. You can do something that will make you relaxed, that will help you to reduce that emotion of fear. These are some of the things. Also, what do you think? Struggling with emotion and the market may overtrade. Yes, because of that emotion, we also tend to overtrade, which happens. The most important when trading is everyone must have a back-tested strategy and stick to the strategy if it is working. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Everyone must have a back-tested strategy. The main obstacle here is to sticking to the strategy. All right, you should have a strategy. Everyone knows that. Now the problem happens when the strategy have a downfall. What do I mean by this? See, every strategy operate in a certain way. Let's say you have a strategy that you first, it will go up, all right, you will find a couple of winning trades, and then it will come down for a pullback, all right, and it will go up again for winning, come down for a pullback. Pullback means that after 5 winning trade, you might find 3 losing trades. When you started a strategy, it could be that in the first 3 trade was loser, and then we tend to throw that strategy into the window and then start to gambling. Right, so this is how trading psychology works. So you need to have that mindset to stick to the strategy, keep faith on that strategy regardless of whatever happens, because it's a probe and back tested, if you know that, and then you can use it in that same way. All right. Okay, so gold is trying to fill that gap for that. Now this is a massive gap. How many pip gap here in gold? Almost 116, 120 pip gap. So if we see that gold hasn't given an entry, we'll be looking to enter. But you have to be cautious on this zone. Also Gbpusd is breaking that support level. It might go back up again for another liquidity grab. So what is a liquidity? Liquidity is the fuel of the market. All right. So when you see that a market gathering liquidity, there is a chance that the market will move the other way. So if you see that, let's say a market falling, creating series of lower high, liquidity grab has come to the range, you see that this market highly likely will drop in the direction of opposite direction of it has grabbed that liquidity. You see that gold, you can see it's now pushing high again. All right, that's why when you see this kind of range, you have to be cautious. Okay, understanding market is more important than trading. All right, I know that we are very enthusiastic about trading, which is the main goal here, but please do not trade until you understand the market. That's why Jesse Livermore said that money comes from sitting, not from trading. So learn to sit but not trade, and then you can make profit. You see that one trade that we have won, which is 0.4% early today, and I'm waiting for another one. And that trade also sent out to the VIPs as well. So you know that this is the real trade. Now 0.4%, if you use that on a prop account in a 100K account, it's $400, right? Now is more than enough for the day, isn't it? If needed, there will be a day when you can make more, but there will be a day when you can make less. The most important part here is not to sabotage. Okay, this word I use more often. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that word, sabotaging. Now this is the word that you need to be very, very familiar, because this is where everyone caught. That we had a tendency to sabotage on our own success. And if you know that, then you understand that what happened, right? Until you believe that you are worthy of all the money that you need, all the profit that you make, until you understand it, you're gonna sabotage. So how do you sabotage? You make a profit, and then you take another trade, another trade, another trade, 10 trades, and then you just give it back to the market. So this is why you need to be very, very miser in terms of your trading account, so that you can hold that profit that you made in your account to grow it. here. Okay. Gbpjpy is in a very narrow zone. I see potential on Gbpjpy. Then gold. Okay, if we find on gold, we will be entering at the moment. And also let me see some other instrument, looking at dollar CAD. Let me see the DXY. So DXY, because if you understand DXY, then other pairs will be easy. Look, on DXY, I see that there is a potential for upside momentum. All right, if you look at the monthly, this is the monthly price action on DXY. So from the monthly, which is bullish, okay, this is the monthly support, and this is the monthly opening and closing. If you look at the weekly, we see that so far, once the market open, there is a bounce on DXY. Now looking at the daily, we see that from this level there is a bounce, and from lower time frame here on DXY previous session, there is a middleman. Now this middleman is quite significant. It's a textbook middleman. So if we look at this candlestick pattern, for me it's potential for upside on DXY. Might form that inverted head and shoulder and then could continue to rise. So if DXY is upside, then we can look to see gold downside. That's what we are expecting, filling that gap. And dollar yen also. Dollar yen is a very narrow range, really narrow range. It's in a 1 point. It's like a big bang. Anytime we'll see that explosion, but at the moment it's in a narrow range. So I think that it's gonna explode again to the upside, but at the moment I'll keep it aside. Instead, let's quickly look at Gbpjpy and gold, where we can find the next opportunity. Now in this live session, guys, if we see that gold is heading to that gap zone, gap opening, filling that gap, we'll look for buying. Make sure you stick till the end, sit tight and smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. I have prepared quite a few lessons to post on the YouTube channel, so make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, press that bell notification if you haven't done yet. And also if you want to check out more, the link in the description, for all the links given in the description area, you can check that out. Join the free Telegram channel for staying up to date with us. Harshal, how to become mentally strong? Okay, the question is how to become mentally strong, and so that we stick to our plan and do not enter out of impatient or FOMO. Okay, so there are many ways you can be mentally strong. This is what you were discussing. Being mentally strong means that you are resilient with your emotion. All right. So how do you become resilient with your emotion? By not, see, who is the strongest person? Do you know? Who is the strongest person? Is not the one who can break the wall. All right. is the one who can stay non-reactive or non-judgmental. So to be strong emotionally, what you need is develop patience. All right, that's where you develop strength. So try to do some kind of practice. Let me give you an exercise, okay, to be strong, because the brain literally remembers everything. So you need that will help you to rewire your brain. Take a plan for 4 weeks, okay? That's what I call the trade first plan. So for those who are struggling with FOMO emotion or struggling with not being able to, or over trading, you can take this plan. It's called the trade fast plan for 4 weeks. So how do you do is, first week you challenge yourself that you will attend the live session, you will sit in front of the chart, you will do everything, but you will not open any trade. Okay, you will write it down in a piece of paper, and then you say to yourself, in the first week I'll fast, I'll do a trade fast. Okay, I'm not gonna open any trade no matter how good the trade is. And then you started to develop that resilience inside you to resist this temptation of pressing the button, getting a dopamine spike, and then opening another one and opening another one. So that's how you can learn to resist the temptation of opening another trade. And in the first week you can challenge yourself not to open any trade. In the second week you can say that, okay, this week I will be opening one trade for the whole week, right? And then third week, okay, I will increase it to from 1 to 3. So create a plan for 4 weeks time, and in that 4 week you will see that the market, you started to completely change your how many trades you open now, how many trades you are opening, you start to change. It's because this is very, very effective. There is another reason behind it. You see that when you are on a trade, for example, you are on an open trade, okay, you are on a gold sell trade, and the market is going against you, all right, you are in a drawdown on that trade. You'll see that your whole attention is on that specific trade, and everything anyone says or I say or you think or you say, always you think that in favor of that trade to be in your position. This is called the confirmation bias, which is a big part of trading psychology. So confirmation bias is like looking for always a confirmation that is this trade is going to work out in your favor. All right, that's called the confirmation bias. So, and then you basically don't see anything what's happening in the market. But when you sit down, you look at the chart, you are not in any trade, you basically seeing the market completely in a non-judgmental or non-biased way. You are not trying to manipulate the market movement in your mind, because you are looking at the market without any trade. So that will help you to understand, to stay, to understand the market without having a trade. So that's why it is important that you have that strong bias towards it. Right. Very good. Thank you. Gold will break support, and after that breaking the resistance, then go. Okay. Patrick, gold is forming a floating range. It needs a coach. Why did you switch from TMI indicator? Is that useful for trading? Very good. Okay, so you see that there is a bounce. Okay, there is a rejection on gold on the 5 minutes. So you might see that bounce, see the drop. You see. Okay, so I'll be selling gold from here at the moment. From this level, stop loss above this high, and we see some upside. There is a probability for price to have downside. So, and TP target will be 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Stop loss above all this high. So stop loss 1851.40. I'll explain later why I'm opening, and TP target at 1844.36. What did I do? Put a pending order. So I've sold gold. Let's see what happened where it had stop loss. If it breaks to the upside, I'll be out of the trade. If it coming down, then we will be taking some profit on that. So we see that there is a potential for drop, but at the same time, there's a potential for bounce also. Right, so as soon as I open, there is some bit bigger stop loss. Might create a long wick here. So right, we are short on gold, and let me see, I am expecting to have a downside on this market because there is a multiple time liquidity gap here, and as soon as you see the market has dropped, we will take some partial profit, and then I'll be moving the stop loss at entry, or at least to reduce the risk, stop loss to be here. But let's see which way the market is trying to be heading here. So from 15 minutes, because there's a gap, we can expect for the price to come down to fill that gap, and this is why the trade was open. Now I put a very tight stop loss with 1% risk on my trade, and 2 to 1 risk to reward, so which also a decent risk to reward. But here let's see how it is forming in that area. Right, so this doji is quite significant on the 15 minutes. If we see that it's forming a red candle, should be able to see some downside. Right, so I'm nearly going near to my entry and profit zone. So I have just entered to the profit zone. That's awesome. Second trade will be for the day. But guys, this is how trading is. I hope that you are enjoying the live session. Make sure that you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and also if you if you are trading, I would recommend you to join to trade with a regulated broker. The broker that I trade, also I leave a link in the description area. You can visit the website. You can use that link to register with a regulated broker. We are almost as soon as I will reach around 50% profit, I will take half position, and then I will bring my stop loss at entry to make the trade risk free. So let me see. So the 15 minutes candle is a bearish, so we can expect for that drop. Guys, you are enjoying? Let me know in the live chat. Write down that I am enjoying, and then leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also press that bell notification so that you are notified as soon as I released anything. And also, if you want to learn the strategy that I am trading gold, I'm currently conducting every week VIP Zoom classes as well to teach everyone who are on the academy the strategy that I am trading directly using the Zoom class, where everyone have an interaction, verbal interaction, to ask question, and also it's a great worth learning, because the main goal here is to learn. All right, I'm opening a trade, you are copying it, maybe making some profit, but the main goal, what I believe, that you should be able to trade by yourself. Now, if you are joining us today, you can join those VIP classes where I will be able to, you will be able to learn the strategy, and also you will be able to, take all the trade that I am taking, because I share all the trade with entries, stop loss, and take profit target. So link below this video, also in the description area. If you are on the website, just click join now button, then you will be able to join us to be part of Forex Trading Wizard Academy for the rest of the life. So link below this video in the description, guys. Take that opportunity and join us to be part before I close taking members for some time, because I'm giving a special attention to everyone who are trading here in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Here is the real trading. You can see gold is dropping down, and I want to see that there's a middleman. This is a 15 minutes middleman, which is potential bearish, and we can expect some downside movement here as well. So we see that which is potential bearish. Let me see where Okay, so I'm expecting further drop on gold. So we hope that we are in the right direction. Still running in profit, unless it's going up again for the liquidity trigger. Okay, nearly to the entry. So from 15 minutes, let me see. I think we might see some from 1 hour. Okay, so there is a 1 hour 20 EMA. Now here is the key points. It might go for liquidity grab here, but I will still be holding because I want to take some profit. With the 4 hour, we can see that, okay, so there is a if it drops, then we should be able to see big drop to the downside. So far from 1 hour, which is potentially bearish, right? And from, okay, so let it run. This 5 minutes, I want to see that it's closing as a narrow, like that, as a doji, or not being able to break the high. So if this 5 minutes candle closing as a a smaller candle, and the next one we should be able to see the drop. We see the drop, will bring the stop loss at entry to make the trade risk free if this support can be broken. Right, so we entered the profit zone again. I'll give a shout out if I'm doing anything with the trade. All right, so leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing out anything. Join the free Telegram channel to stay up to date about everything in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. I will give you the link for free Telegram channel link. Right now I'm given the link in the live chat. You can use that link to join to stay connected with us for everything that in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So let me see here on gold. And okay, so the price action in gold on the 15 minutes looks to me bearish. So you have seen my trading style. I'm a bit aggressive trader. I'm a very quick and aggressive trader. This is my style that because I don't want to say that, okay, if the price will go there, I will be selling or I will not be selling. I do that, okay, but when the market shows its hand, I take that opportunity. The reason is, the market is constantly changing and I cannot give a market a criteria what to do for me to trade. Instead, I observe, and then when I get the opportunity, I enter. All right, so let me see here. There is a very narrow doji which is potentially bearish price action, and we see that the downside momentum. So this is the second consecutive trade today. The first one on GBP JPY, we have closed with some profit, Now this one also I want to secure some profit. Let me see what it is trying to do here again. From 15 minutes, might get some more liquidity from the top. Okay, so we see rejection. So the way I see price action, for me, potential for downside. Back to bearish doji. Now if the price drop, what I think that it's gonna drop to this level, right? So you see that downside. Awesome, thank you very much. And let me know, are you on the trade? How many have opened the trade with me? I know that VIPs are there because I have sent the trade to the VIP, and also I have opened. Many of you are copying my trade directly to your account, so it's already there. And if you are on the YouTube live, let me know in the live chat that you are on the trade. Yes, okay. Awesome. Yeah, I did. Awesome. Very good. Sophia. Sophia already should. Okay. We go. Leon. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So we are up. I'm up almost nearly 1%. Not there still, but nearly reaching that 1%. So what I'll do after some time, let me see. We might take some partial profit. One moment. Okay, so while it comes down to partial profit, I will only take 30%. Okay, there is a chance for further drop, but at the same time the price is coming to the support level. So I'll take only 30%. Let me see, we should take 30% or 50% because there is a support. Okay, so you see that drop. Still I didn't take any profit. Let me first run and okay, we are nearly reaching that 1%. Okay, so now before the candle close, I will take 30%, 50% of my position. Okay, and I'll move my stop loss at entry. All right, just to secure the trade. So now I will move my stop loss at entry, and I have taken 50% of my position. Okay, so that I'm covered for everything. Right. So I'm risk free with the trade. With 50% I have taken, I'm expecting for the rest to give me the full profit. Looks to me that it's gonna drop further. So for the day, first day of trading week, we are up 1% with 2 trades on GBP, JPY, and gold. All right, this is how trading is to make consistent profit. Now, if I'm out of the trade, that's fine. If it is giving me the full, also fine. The main goal here is to remain profitable as a trader. I think that it's gonna drop further, and even it could drop massively to this level because there is a gap, and the market doesn't like to leave a gap unchecked. Now, if it takes us out of the trade now later, then I will be entering again if we find that opportunity. So I'll leave that here, let it run by itself. I'm giving you update, guys. I have taken 50% of my profit, and the rest of the 50% is running, which is moving in profit. And even we can think of moving the take profit target. I think that we might see gold might come down to this level because there's a massive gap here which the market is heading to. And I want to see that we might be able to increase profit. Let me see, because there is a massive gap, but there is a 20 MAC 1 hour. It might bounce off this level, so it's dropping, and it's almost going to our TP target. All right, so it's a risk-free trade. Can you guys let me know in the live chat that you have secured the profit and also updated your TP target and everything? Did you guys like the stream? Everyone, smash it. Don't smash your PC, just smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press that bell button. Don't forget to press it. Today also one student saying he didn't see the live session yet because he doesn't know. Make sure that you press that bell button so that you are notified whenever I'm putting any update. All right, so did you do that? That's awesome. Thank you for your support to the channel. And okay, so the gold is melting down. All right, so I'm not moving the TP, but it might drop further because this is a support, and the rest of the 50% I want the price to come down and hit the TP by itself. All right. It's forming from 30 minutes and from 15 minutes, which is forming a middleman. So you might see that further downside on gold. Right. So let me see the GJ also. So better now look at gold. We can see okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed. Make sure that you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, press that bell button. I have opened, but I'm always anxious. Do not worry, that anxious. Yeah, I understand your situation. Okay, it's very normal. Okay, your trading account is all money is very emotional component. All right, so you are anxious, which is very very fair and normal. All right, so what I would suggest you is always take a smaller risk so that you are not being overwhelmed by the up and down. all right. um you know, I understand when I begin my trading, you know, I was doing a full-time job, and then I put all my, because I was not happy with my job, to be honest. You know, I was a civil engineer doing a job, but the way the job feedback was not pleasant to me, because I am not born for the job. So I was not happy with that, and all the money that I saved I put on my trading account, just try to do something so that I can quit my job, and then just to lose all of them. The next day wake up, I have nothing to even to eat, pay the bills. So from that place, the Forex Trading Academy created, and I go back to job again because I had nothing, but I didn't quit, because I know that the quitter never win, winner never quit. So I'm sure that every one of you here are able to um, be profitable, be strong, can hold your trading account, and be accountable for being a trader, and can pay the bills, so that you can pay the bills from your trading account. So what you can do, guys, today, withdraw that profit that you did on your trading and pay the bill. Okay, even it's a small profit, withdraw that fund from your trading account. that will that will give a signal to your brain, how to, you know, your brain, that it's possible, it happens, you can do it. All right, do that. That will help you. And also trade with a regulated broker, so that you can do it very easily. You know, trading with a regulated broker is more important than anything. And I trade with a regulated broker also. I put a link below this video in the description for that broker, 100% safe broker. Also, I can share the link in the live chat. Let me share with you, so that you can register, and you can start trading with that regulated broker, or you can use your own regulated broker, no problem. Just make sure that you trade with a regulated broker. So now here, let me see what's happening. We still didn't hit the TP, but let me see if it is trying to reverse. Okay, still bearish. Okay, so I'm gonna close full position. We might see some upside. I don't want to take the risk at the moment, and I have closed the full position. Okay, it might go back up for deeper liquidity trigger, because it's, you see, this is a support here, and it's a good profit, more than 1% taken that way. So basically for the day, we are up 1.5% in a single day. Two trades that we have opened, GBP, JPY and gold, both of them winner. So this is how trading is. Okay, pick few trades. You don't need 10 trades, 20 trades, 30 trades in a day. Even you don't need 5 trades. One trade or two trades, more than enough. Now let's see if we have more. I'll be looking at GJ. We see that there is a bounce on GJ. Okay, so there is, let me see if there is another opportunity on GBP, JPY. 1 hour. There is a bullish candlestick pattern, but because we just have a trade, let me think about it. Otherwise, it's gonna go to the over trading situation. So let me see here. So gold might, you see that it has broken the support. It might go back up again. for liquidity grab. So if it go back up and gather liquidity, come back, we will be entering again. I'm out with profit. So let me see that GJ might go up again here in that zone. A bit more price action is a bit here, a little bit of clumsy, but let's see what it's gonna do. Okay, so yes, awesome on the trade, very good. Plus 0.5%, yes. GJ might be heading to the upside. There's a bullish price action. If it is a first trade, I would go long, but I don't want to just jump on from one trade to the other. This is how I do, because when we are on a trade, we are a little bit in a situation where we are in a very high, okay, high in vibration. All right, so in that case, you need to be a little bit of calm down. All right, there will be a lot of trade, but it's a buy trade here. Just want to think a little more. So um, there's a chance of just giving it away back. Let's go. Awesome, very good. Like and subscribe. Usdjpy, you're welcome. Thank you. Aussie yen, which I could trade gold in USA. Okay. So we do trade Gbpujpy as well. Yes, there are a lot of broker. Emmanuel, thank you. Like and subscribe. Alexander, you're welcome. Richard, as long as the broker. Very good. Yeah, chart might be different. Okay, that's all good, no problem at all. So it depends on your zone, broker type. So let me see now on GBP USD and other pairs how they are doing. US30 and NASDAQ as well. So US30 and NASDAQ is a little bit in a consolidation at the moment. So if you look at US30, which is in a consolidation, 15 minutes showing bearish. Okay, so there is a different time frame, different kind of price action. Yeah, so 1 hour candle closing as a bearish. Still it is leaving a gap here. Just Nasdaq also doing the same, forming long wick candle, doji. There's a gap here. This market is still not tradable here in that zone, so I'll more look at on GJ. I'll be also looking at quickly. Let me see all the pairs. So there is a candle close coming on intraday. I'll keep, I'll look at all the pairs quickly to see if there is any swing trade in any of them. So intraday on GJ has formed candle a doji. So GBPJPY for me it's forming bullish pattern. CHFJPY, Euro looks weaker, including Euro JPY. Euro NZD bearish, showing bearish price action. Gold might go back up resistance and may come back down again. So what I see in, so GJ had a bounce, okay? GJ had a massive bounce. So this one Yeah, from here we see that Gbpusd had an upside. So it's forming that now an inverted head and shoulder, and then we could see an upside momentum on GJ. All right, so might keep pushing high. So if it come down to test the 20 EMA here, then we will look for buying again on GJ. So if it drops down to retest this imbalance on the lower time frame, we will look for buying Gbpusd. I've settled on the market now. We'll look for, if it drops down here, then we'll look for buying on GJ. I mentioned earlier from here bounce, which is potentially now bullish. Let's see how it goes. And dollar Swiss franc, explain. Okay, dollar Swiss franc. So dollar Swiss franc, we see that weakness on dollar. There is a daily middleman, so which is manifesting now with a bearish price action today. So far the price has tested the resistance, and from that zone we see that the market now approaching that daily support, and the price action is highly bearish. We could see that dollar Swiss franc is dropping down to this level. Very highly likely that we could see the market is coming down here. All right, so if we look at, so monthly bearish, weekly potentially bearish, daily also showing potentially downside. Dollar Swiss franc along with all other dollar pairs, so we see that typically downtrend. All right, so we might see that it's coming to this imbalance. Here is the imbalance, you can see it's dodgy, and the support level where there is an imbalance. As the market moves from imbalance to imbalance, we can expect dollar Swiss franc to travel towards the downside. Trend is friend, yes, absolutely. So can you please look at natural gas? Okay, US30. Let me see. Yeah, DXY. Yes, I look at DXY very frequently. We see with this dodgy formation on DXY, we see there is a weakness on DXY. Looking at the daily, that there is a daily long week candle. Price has tested the around half of this long week on the daily. Now it's coming down to another liquidity zone. We might see now on weakness on DXY. At least we could see the price will try to break the weekly, daily support level where there is a weakness candle. Looking at the monthly, we can see that DXY tried to break the high, now coming down for a deeper pullback. Weekly as well. Now looking at the daily, looking at the intraday perspective, so with this local upside on DXY have shown that, you see, before we discussed that we might see bullish move on DXY. Now how the candle closed, which is a doji, created a lower high, and the market respected this resistance, so there is a downside now. So this is how the market, when you see that the market changes its pattern, you need to change your opinion as well. This is the trading. No one can insist of being right or wrong. It's the market way it is. When the market changes its pattern, we need to change our opinion about it. So we see the DXY showing now bearish with this doji, and we have to look at that here. Now I think that DXY might come down to the support level, and it might come down to break the low before moving up. All right, so if DXY is coming down, then we might see again some local upside on gold. Let's see. Yeah, gold also you can see has formed a middleman, so which is now trying to break to the upside on the lower time frame. There is a 5 minutes middleman liquidity grab, and we could see that now gold is heading highly likely. We could see again travel to the upside, and yeah, might see that gold. So from price tested the 1 hour 20 MA. What it is trying to do. So it's now gathering liquidity from the support. I think that gold will break to the upside again because the market now left an imbalance here. So we might see that now gold, after gathering liquidity from here, will try to break the high. It might still, remaining in this range, but still there is a good movement we can see in this range. Okay, going to the top, coming to the support. So basically we will range in that zone. We might see that range. Now Gbpjpy also showing potential. Now okay, so any kind of break here on GJ forming a long wick candle along the zone, we will look for buying. All right, hope that guys you are enjoying. Let me know in the live chat if you are enjoying, and also make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to learn the strategy that I am trading, you can visit the website, link below this video in the description area. Okay, so yeah, let me see here on gold. Look on the high. Can you see that? What it is doing here? What it is doing? Right. Aussie yen, Gbpusd, natural gas. What's your favorite pairs to trade? Blake, my favorite pair to trade are Gbpjpy and gold, and also I trade other pairs also, you know that. but mostly I love to trade GBP/JPY and gold. What's your favorite pair? How many of you have a favorite pair? Can you let me know in the live chat? Okay. I had a question. How do you trade gap up and down? See, there is no specific way that you can trade gap up and down, but um, there are some thing that you can understand when there is a gap. First thing that you know that when there is a gap, that gap will fill, right? Now, if you look at a market, for example, look at this gap here. So this is a gap, and when you see this kind of gap, you know that this market might come down to fill that gap. So gap normally act as a support or resistance. So this is the primary thing that you can see on gap. Now, how to trade? Every gap will have corresponding market structure and corresponding support and resistance. For example, you see that, let's say, market is forming like that, creating pattern like this. Suddenly you saw a long wick candle like that, a strong liquidity trigger, form a narrow doji or a pin bar, and then you saw the market open with a big gap. So that's a sign of drop, because what happened, the market already gathered liquidity, has come back to the range. So that gap has given you further confirmation for a drop. Now, the advantage of having this gap is that when you see this pin bar and a gap, you know that highly likely the price will fill the gap and will continue to drop. We have a plenty of example on the chart. If you look at weekly, I can show you a couple of examples because weekly gap is more prominent. If I look at the GBP/JPY, you see that all those weekly gap on JJ, exactly this one here. See what happened. So if I replay the chart, now you'll understand it. So this is the weekly price action. You can see here the market is creating series of lower high, followed by candle has crossed all this resistance, has closed down below as a pin bar. This is the weekly chart. So the next week, how the market opened, you see that we open with a gap, and then initially has gone up, filled that gap, and then slowly the market had a massive drop from that gap. Now here is completely the other way around. You can see there is a gap and the market has gone up. So you can find plenty of example in the same way. So gap basically will give you an additional confirmation for the price to move in the direction of previous direction, like the previous movement, or in the direction of the major trend. So GJ had a okay. So GBP/JPY now forming that pattern. All right, so dollar yen, let me see what's happening with this one. We look at the daily on dollar yen, we can see that Today so far dollar yen showing bearish. Now from the weekly perspective on dollar yen, there is a doji on the weekly on dollar yen, and with the doji the price trying to come down to fill that week. And if we look at the monthly on dollar yen, we can see that it's a long-term bullish market. How do I know a market is bullish or bearish? From the market structure. So you might find the market is, you can understand from sometimes some traders uses indicator, but I would say that the only way you can find accurate direction of the trend is from the market structure. So how do you identify the market structure? When a market creates series of higher high and higher low, which is an uptrend. When a market creates a series of lower high and lower low, which is a downtrend. All right. Now, if you look at this dollar yen USDJPY market, you can identify that it is a typical uptrending market structure where the price action is bullish. Now, when you look at an uptrending market structure, the primary intention, if you are trading on, we see the gold, some downside coming, we'll come back to it. If you see that the market maintaining the downtrend and in an trending market structure, the always is to look for buying opportunity in that market. So if you look at dollar yen market, which is typical uptrending market structure. Now looking at intraday time frame, we can see that here it is a bit in a narrow range, but I think the dollar yen ultimately will move to the upside again after gathering liquidity from this support, because this is what most important part to look at, that this is an uptrending market structure. The next thing that we need to look at after we identify the market structure is the liquidity zone and the price action for entry. Right? So these are the secrets that you can find in the market, is the market structure, liquidity, and price action. There is a famous scientist called Nikola Tesla. Probably you are very familiar with the Tesla car. So Nikola Tesla is the genius of all time. He said that if you want to know the secret of this universe, then think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So if you use the remote control for your TV, is because of Nikola Tesla it was possible. So this is if you look at the market, there are 3 secrets in this market. All right. If you can master these 3 secrets, you can grasp the fundamental nature of the market, is the market structure, liquidity, and price action. All right. So market structure is, you can identify from the market structure, from creating series of higher high and higher low. Price action you can identify from the visual representation of the buyer sellers activities that you can see on the market, candlestick pattern, support, resistance. But the liquidity is the hidden part of the market where you cannot see. So market, sometimes I think it as a living organism. That when you imagine something the way you do it, that that when an artist paint an art, right? When you see that an artist paint an art, they actually don't see that canvas as a canvas. They see it as a living things, and then they paint it in the way they want to see. So when you want to see the market in a very, what I can say, the creative way, then you need to think of something like a living thing. Like the market is moving, it has its own life. So then you will understand that there are many traders that I've read many books that many traders think that these candles are human, right? They're like, this is a team, the red is a red team, green is a green team. So instead of thinking it as a buying and selling or as a business, you can think of in terms of a sports. In fact, it is, because if you compare the market, let's say this one here, with supermarket or a market, you not gonna win, because if you look at the supermarket, then when the price is high, you gonna not gonna buy. When the price is low, you gonna buy, right, in the supermarket. But in market, it's the other way around. When the price is dropping, you're gonna sell. See, the completely different way. And you only can compare this market with the sports, because imagine that a team A and team B, so those who will score more is winner, right? Market is like that. The stronger, you need to find out that which team is stronger to find out the direction in the market. For example, it's a strong bull market and you see that narrower candle, so that means that here this green team is stronger than the red, so the who is in control in the market is the green, so you're gonna stay with the buyer's side. That's why you see that most of the symbol of bears and bull is always they are battling each other, confronting each other. Battling is because of that concept. So this is why it is important that you look at the market from a completely different perspective. And also they said that normal doesn't make money in the market, so you have to look at completely different and completely, sometimes you can say that abnormal way, so that you can stand out from other traders who are losing money and you can be profitable as a trader. Hope that guys you are enjoying this market. Thank you very much, and make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you are having a good day, thank you very much. So gaps acts like an imbalance? No, the gaps acts like a support and resistance. Gold moving down, yeah, that's what we see. I think it's gonna fill that gap. It's gonna fill that gap, right? So it's gonna highly likely we could see that gap is being filled. So we'll look for, once it's coming down here, let me delete all of them so we can okay. So gold, you see that the price is coming to, if you look at the daily support level, so this is where the daily support, we might see that the price coming to fill that gap, and once it is here we can look for buying opportunity. I think it's gonna bounce from here. There's a massive gap, and we could see that there could have some reaction from that gap. Now we'll wait for that to come down here to give us an entry, or even we might see even the selling opportunity along the way if we find that. There is a, you see that there is a long consolidation, so which is a change of trend, and it's gonna highly likely we could see the market has come down to this level to fill the gap, and then we might see again bouncing to the upside. So today's, if you look at the daily candle where there is a weakness and any break to this level, we'll look for buying again on gold. Very good. No worries, you are welcome. You are welcome. At the moment, selling gold is not a good idea. It could drop, but it's below the support level. So, according to my strategy that I teach every day, every week in Forex Trading Wizard Academy, that I'm teaching as well in a private class, the strategy for those who are learning, that I always, according to my strategy, I look for selling after break of liquidity zone, the break of swing high or swing low. So that's why I try to avoid selling below the support or buying above the resistance. All right, many traders I saw that wait for a candle close. So you see that majority of the traders trade like that. Okay, so okay, if the price break the high, close the candle, then I will be buying. I don't do that, because in most of the time, more often you will see that the price will go up, will close the candle, and just to return back, making a false breakout. All right, false breakout is you will see that sometime you'll get tired of false breakout if you don't know how to combat, how to use that false breakout in your advantage. So what I do in my strategy, instead of putting in the trap of false breakout, I trade with the false breakout. So that is called the trading with the smart money. Who made those false breakout? The smart money, right? Smart money creates those false breakout so that they can trade, right? Now, who are profitable in the market? Smart money are profitable, right? So if you want to be a profitable trader, you need to trade like a smart money, and that creates that false breakout. So if you know how the false breakout is created, then you trade like a smart money. So this is what I trade in my strategy. I wait for the swing high or swing low based on other factors, daily time frame, other indicator, and many other factors included, including the price action. Then we enter the trade so that we can take the advantage of false breakout. Let me give you an example what I'm saying. For example, if you look at there's a plenty of that. Now see this gold market here. Let me replay the chart. Now if you go to typical trader, then what they will say, okay, this is the resistance, I draw the resistance and I will wait for the candle close above the resistance. So this is an uptrending market creating series of higher low. So I will wait for a candle close. I saw it's there, said that too. And then I will be buying, right? This is what say typical traders. Now what happened? The market has gone up, candle closed above, everything is perfect. And then what happened? Just to see that the market reversed from here, massive drop towards the downside. You see that? So that's why it is important that, okay, you need to know that where is the market is forming that false breakout, so that you can take that advantage in your trading. All right, so this is how smart money trades, and if you want to be a profitable trader, there's no other way but trading like the smart money, because at the end of the day, majority of retail trader lose their account money. So you need to understand that how the big boys are trading. All right, so hope that you understood. Thank you. Entry step to trade this. Okay. Swing high, swing low. Okay, so the swing high, swing low. So swing high, swing low is, there are some factors. So this is what I explain in the classes, because as you know that this is a live trading where we focus on trading live. If you want to know more about those kind of explanation, I do conduct everyday classes on the VIP, where, because it's a long-term project, so that everyone came here can learn those strategies. So you can join us, link in the description area, where you learn everything step by step, because in this session we mostly focus on trading, and where you will be mostly focused on learning, as well as you will be receiving all the trades. So you can find the link in the description area. Let me give you the link. Also you can see at the top of the chat, www.forextradingwizard.com. Visit the website, click join now button, and then you will be able to access everything that I teaching, also all the strategy that I have, and also all the tools that I am using, all the trade that I open, and also if you want, you can replicate those trade directly to your account as well, because it's a, you know, I share everything that I have to those who come here. And also in this live session, guys, make sure that you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, press that bell notification, and also let me know where you are at the moment in your trading. I'm Euro USD sell. So you are at the moment in Euro USD sell. Looks to me that gold is coming down. Let me see that on the daily time frame on euro dollar, which showing, this is the daily candle, is a very narrow doji on euro dollar. If we look at the weekly, there's a gap opening and euro dollar showing potentially bearish. If we look at the monthly, we can see that also bearish. Let me see, how do I know it's bearish? Very simple. When you see that a market creating series of lower high and lower low, which is a typical downtrending market structure, very simple. So if you look at the couple of months candlestick pattern, you will see that this market is typically bearish. Now if you look at the weekly, last week there is a pin bar or doji, there are many names to it, but you see it's also maintaining that typical downtrending market structure. And today, first day of trading week, we saw gap open, retest of this level, so the bias is towards downside. Looking at the daily, we see that from this daily 20 MA the price has formed so far. It might close as a narrower doji. Tomorrow we might see some pullback to the upside, and then continuation could continue to drop. So from the intraday perspective, you can see that euro dollar, this is where the price is consolidating in that area. I think that at some point the market here is still left and gap here, so we might see feeling that and then coming down towards the downside. So look, local time frame, local structure on euro dollar, which we see that locally trying to go up, and then we could see the market is coming down. All right, so we see that the market is creating it's in a sideway. This kind of market I love to trade on the lower time frame, very lower time. You see the Gbpusd trade on the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, because when you see this kind of choppy, better to look for trading opportunity on the lower time frame, because that's how you can find some trades where on the higher time frame you might see the market is consolidating in that zone. All right, so hope that you are enjoying. Let me know in the live chat if you are enjoying. Leave a like if you do that, and also subscribe to the channel. Join the free Telegram channel, link also in the description. I can also share with you the link. Let me share with you the link for the free Telegram channel on the live chat. Stay connected so that you are not missing out anything that I'm posting. When you subscribe, make sure that you also press that bell button so that you are notified as soon as I have shared the free Telegram channel link. Join that, and so that you are staying connected and stay motivated. Believe that you can do it, and you can do it. All right, so let's see on so let me see what happened with Gbpusd. There's a bounce on Gbpusd, so Gbp getting stronger. I think GJ also has done that. So from that level, Gbpjpy also, it was a good move that we didn't take it, but that's fine. Don't experience FOMO. All right, so FOMO will take all the money that you have in your trading account. So make sure that you are not experiencing FOMO. Let yourself miss some trade, but the one that you take it properly. That is the main way to trade the market. All right, guys, did you like, everyone? Did you smash it? Also check you subscribed or no. Okay, so GJ is pushing high from that level. That's awesome. to use demand and supply zone. I use demand and supply zone, but I I use the violation of demand and supply zone. All right. So I do not use blindly the demand and supply zone. I use violation of demand and supply zone and then look for entry opportunity. Thank you. When will we have a London session live? Yeah, we'll organize that very soon. Good night. Good day, coach. But gold at 18. Well, very good. Well done, Charles. Welcome back. Okay. So dollar, we see the downside on DXY. So it might break this swing low on DXY. Okay. Might see the break and then we'll be looking to enter. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this live session. What we see potentially here in majority of the pair. Let me see if we have any swing trading opportunity. And also, as you know that if you are trading for some time, let me know how long you are trading. You know that trading is, let's find that out, the ratio of the success. What factors depend on your success? So 70% of your success will depend on your trading psychology. So this is what we discuss in this live session. So make sure you also join every day. It will truly improve your trading psychology. So 70% of your success in trading will depend on your trading psychology. Then how do you develop a trading psychology? In fact, what is a trading psychology? A trading psychology is your identity as a trader. This is the core concept where you can change completely. So if you are not getting success in trading, this is where you need to look at, right? Identity. So you need to completely shift your identity from a losing trader to a winning trader. How do you do that? Very simple. If I tell you in one sentence how to shift an identity, is very simple. You need to first assume, or you need to first of all find out who you need to be a profitable trader, and then you need to find out where you are, what you need to do, and then fill that gap, and that shift happens. So this is how you can change your identity from a losing trading trader to the winning trader. What I'm talking about is the real stuff, because this is how anyone can become anything. All right, no matter what's your educational background, who you are, either you are a driving taxi or you are a PhD holder. In either cases, or you are just not doing anything, anything you are doing, you can be profitable trader by shifting your identity. So let me know your opinion on that. What do you think, that are you a profitable trader, and then where you need to what area you think that you need to change or improve? Or if you are a profitable trader, also let us know what makes you a profitable trader. Okay, so here I'll look at gold again to see if there is any other entry. Let me see here. It's slowly penetrating that gap, and ultimately it's gonna come and fill that gap. So if we look at 94, just wanna see that what's happening with gold on 94. Slowly gold is trying to drop. We might see sudden drop testing this and going back up again, because it's approaching the daily support level. You see, this is a daily support here. So what we see here, so it's slowly penetrating that gap. You can see whenever it's coming down, going up again, gathering liquidity. So with this dynamic resistance, the price slowly coming down to this level. Gbpusd also has a huge upside momentum from this daily support. It has gone up. Okay, so for gold, for another entry, I want to see that the price started to drop to this level. We might find a buying opportunity from this level, from 1832. I think it's gonna drop. If it is respecting or gathering another liquidity, we can look for selling to this level. So there is a both way opportunity here. here I think that we might see the market has broken down. But for me to sell again, I want to see that it has broken all this resistance, okay, form that long wick, and then we can enter. But as I mentioned earlier today, that anytime the market give us an entry, and then we can look for enter, right? So the market may not give us exactly what we are telling, so we need to comply with the market rather than telling the market to comply with us. Okay, this is how the best way to trade, so that always you have an open opportunity to take from the market. Sorry, coach. Do you first of all, I need to be sorry. So, secondly, MMC footprint strategy. I don't know MMC footprint strategy. Even I don't know what do you mean by MMC. But the strategy that I know is more than anything else. All right, that gives me profitable trade or profitable uh, trading almost every month, every week. But let me know what is an MMC footprint strategy. If you know it, also let others know it. Please tell me gold signal. So you had a gold trade early today. I hope that you enjoyed that. Market makers code. Don't know what it is. Okay, so here what do you see? The market might be breaking down. I mean, there is a probability for a downside. So you see that gold here. This is the level that the price is respecting, and yeah, market makers code, very interesting word. But why today gold has moved differently from USD pairs. Also, if you could compare the dollar index or DXY, it seems dollar is a little stronger today. Yeah, so basically this happened. Very good point. Why gold is moving differently? We see here is, you can see DXY and gold moving in the same direction, almost in the same direction. So this happened sometime, especially I also discussed this before. So especially when there is a crisis situation around the world, this is what happened, especially on a political reason, um, during the economic recession, during the war. uh, this happens because of the unusual um, demand for gold. So when gold, unusual demand for gold, that time it happens. So they are all more often there in that situation move almost in the same direction. So it happened during the bank collapse, I think last year. I've seen that, and during the Russia-Ukraine war, now we see that almost. See this 4-hour candle on gold is bearish, DXY also bearish. It might change later, but it happens sometime. So here, let me see. Okay, so the market now you can see is trying to break the high. So if we see that it formed that liquidity candle, we can look for selling. Let me see that Gbpusd. So Gbpusd from daily, so it reached that daily resistance, you can see, and now it is reverting back from that resistance after retesting that level. So you might see now again downside on Gbpusd after retesting the zone. So this is swing previous support level, swing low, okay, which tested as a resistance, and we can see primarily one time rejection, and we might see another retest. Then we can look for selling if we see has given proper entry. Okay, so what I see, so if we see any kind of double top here or any kind of second time rejection, then we will be selling Gbpusd from here. Special double top will be appreciated here on Gbpusd. Then you look for selling. On I go to US30 if you buy US30. Yeah, we see some upside, but I wouldn't go for buy at the moment yet, because see the DXY, Gbpusd, USD. So with the DXO weakness, yeah, we could see US30 upside. You see, because DXY is coming down, so there's my big gap opening on the 15 minutes. You can see with the weakness candle. So DXY, yeah, US30 might give some bullish opportunity. Except gold is moving completely the other way around. It might also can pick up after testing this gap. I think that this instrument also very highly likely that it's gonna pick up very strong impulse and handle pattern. So we might see that some slowly turning to bullish. The structure is fully bullish. So yeah, specifically entry will be on the lower time frame after any kind of break, and then liquidity gap, and then upside. So this is the 15 minutes gap opening a bullish. The next one might try to break again low, and then can be bought after confirmation. Because if you look at this 15-minute chart on US30, what we see that, see, this is a very strong liquidity gap breaking this swing low at a upside. We can expect a retest and then continuation to the upside. So gold also Yes, you can see its gold is going fully the other way around. Okay, other than normally US30 gold move little bit in a similar way because of a directional bias with DXY. But today we see that little bit of different. So the 30 minutes and 1 hour. So 1 hour on gold, which tested the 20 EMA. It might go up again, retest. I think ultimately what gold will do is what we discussed earlier. We can expect gold to fill that gap and then to be bullish again. So, but while it is dropping, it's just not straight dropping, it's just consolidating, gathering liquidity, and then coming down. So it's nearing the gap. Now it's at 44, and then we might see that ultimately coming down to this 1000 pip down or 1200 pip down, 1000 points or 1200 points or 130 pip down, and then dropping and then gathering liquidity going up. So for me to sell gold, wanna see break all this high and then selling, or from this level buying. So GJ is now didn't give us an entry opportunity. What what criteria do you consider? Um, what criteria do you consider before making entries? Seem to enter too early, usually encounter correction before the market continues. Charles, very good question. Yeah, you need a specific criterion. Entering too early is a very uh, common in among traders. I also did that many times. I entered early. Still these days also it happens. But when you have a specific criteria for entry, it becomes easier, right? So to enter a trade, the criteria varies from strategy to strategy. All right. For example, the strategy, the mostly I trade two strategies, one TF or trend following strategy. The other one is liquidity strategy. So which is the smart money strategy, which is I'm teaching currently to in a private class in the VIP group. This is where all the criteria, because when it comes down to entering a trade, every strategy have its own criteria to explain, because For example, if you are trading reversal, all right, you are a reversal trader and you want to catch reversal trade. Now if you want to catch reversal trade, you need to understand what is a reversal pattern, in what situation you will be entering the trade with that reversal, and what kind of price action you want to see, what is the multi-time frame approach it should be. So there is a lot of factors that you need to consider when you are entering. But when you precise them, you, what I can say, zip them into a smaller rules, it becomes easy. All right, so as I mentioned before, this is our live trading session where it is almost, because I took 3 months, 3 to 6 months project to so that every member can understand the strategy. It is a very, what I would say, that wrong approach if you want to learn a strategy today and then tomorrow make money out of it. If anyone are profitable, probably you know that. If you are not profitable, then probably you are trying to learn a strategy in one day, which is not going to happen. All right, so that's why um, regular classes being conducted here, so that I can, you know, reprogram that strategy into you. So to know more about this, there is an opportunity. You can join today, link in the description, where you can see all the uh, trades that I am opening. And this is why I share all my trade, okay, is because so that I can explain, okay, this is why the trade was taken and this is the strategy being applied, so that you can learn side by side and see this trade I have taken. Also you have open and you can learn that strategy, so that you can grow as a trader. So if you are interested on this, you can, there's a couple of spots still available before I close member taking for some time. You can join us, link in the description area. You can visit the website. If you're on the website, just click join now button, then you'll be able to join. Where any question that you can let me know if you have. Thank you. For my experience, it is beneficial not to jump one strategy to another, at least they're correlated. For one, yeah, very good understanding. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. If you switch strategy from strategy, then uh, you mind might get confused. The reason is when we trade one strategy, when you trade one strategy, then your brain started to pick up. You'll see that when, if you are trading for some time, it happens. Let's say, once you trade doji, so you trade doji, and all of a sudden you start to see all the doji in the market. And before that, probably you haven't paid attention to it. Everything's like that. When you trade one strategy, and then you will see that you will see only those trade that strategy satisfy, and that's good. That's why you ignore all other things, only look at those strategy, those trade that is giving you based on that strategy. But if you, because our mind, your brain always will pick up those trade which is needed for you. But if you jump from one strategy to the other strategy, today one strategy, tomorrow the other, tomorrow after tomorrow, so you start to get confused. You don't know which one is a good trade, which was a bad trade. You can't screen them, and ultimately, you just start to gamble. So make sure that you're not gambling. You are trading based on strategy, because by gambling you will never be able to be profitable long term. Maybe one day, one week, but not long term, because long term you need proven, back tested strategy. It's very important. Awesome. Okay, so it's almost at the end of the session, guys. I really enjoyed this time with you, and I hope that you guys also enjoyed. Tomorrow I will be coming on live again with some new insight and new trades. And in the meantime, if you are here, then I will see you again very soon. And in the meantime, also, if you want to join a regulated broker, also my the broker that I am trading, also I put a link in the description area. You can use that link to register and to be part of that regulated broker. It's up to you, because I trade that, so I recommend you can use that link to open with them. Thank you, and I'll see you soon again with another trade coming up. Until then, stay well, stay happy. Make sure you keep that profit in your trading account so that you can trade tomorrow again. Until then, stay well. I will see you tomorrow.